What if true strength comes from standing alone? What if being secure in yourself without relying on others was the ultimate power? In A Person with No Friends is Very Secure Man, we uncover how solitude can build emotional independence, mental clarity, and unshakable confidence. Learn how to thrive in your own company, break free from social pressures, and create a life that's truly your own. The journey to self-mastery and true security begins now. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Power of Solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It's the power to find peace within yourself. When you are alone, free from distractions and the noise of the world, you connect with your inner thoughts, desires, and strengths. Solitude offers a space where you can reflect, grow, and recharge. It's a time to focus solely on yourself, without the influence of others. In solitude, you begin to understand who you truly are and what you truly want in life. This self-awareness is the foundation for inner strength and security. Being alone gives you the opportunity to silence external pressures and expectations. You can step away from the constant demands of relationships, work, and social obligations. This silence is where clarity is born. You gain the ability to hear your own voice and make decisions that align with your true self, rather than seeking validation from others. In solitude, you become your own source of guidance, strength, and peace. Many people fear being alone, thinking it will bring feelings of emptiness. But in truth, solitude allows you to fill that space with purpose, passion, and growth. It's in these quiet moments that you can connect with your deepest thoughts, assess your goals, and find meaning in your experiences. Solitude provides the space to heal from past wounds and grow stronger without the distractions of others' opinions or judgments. Solitude also empowers you to build self-sufficiency. It teaches you how to rely on yourself for comfort, happiness, and emotional stability. In a world where people often look for external validation, solitude offers a chance to find fulfillment without needing anyone else to define your worth. By becoming comfortable in your own company, you build resilience and learn to trust yourself. You realize that being alone doesn't mean being abandoned or unworthy. It means embracing your own strength. When you learn to value solitude, you also learn to appreciate your own company. You begin to enjoy the freedom to make decisions without external influence, whether it's choosing how to spend your time, what goals to pursue, or how to handle challenges. Solitude allows you to act with full confidence and clarity. You stop waiting for others to approve or direct your actions, and you start living for yourself. Solitude offers a unique opportunity to develop your creativity and focus. Without the constant distractions of social interactions or expectations, your mind becomes more open to ideas and innovation. You find new ways to express yourself and discover hidden talents. In the silence, you can focus on your passions and dedicate time to what truly matters to you, whether it's a personal project, a skill you want to develop, or simply time for introspection. Ultimately, solitude is the foundation for emotional independence. It teaches you that you don't need anyone else to feel complete. You learn to find strength in yourself and realize that your worth is not dependent on others' presence or approval. In solitude, you become empowered to live your life on your own terms, free from the need for constant companionship. The power of solitude lies in its ability to help you grow, heal, and thrive as your most authentic self. Chapter 2. Emotional Independence. Emotional independence is the ability to manage your emotions without relying on others for validation or support. It's about creating an inner strength that allows you to remain steady and balanced, no matter the external circumstances. When you are emotionally independent, you're not easily swayed by others' opinions, reactions, or behaviors. You maintain control over how you feel, choosing to respond with wisdom and clarity, rather than reacting impulsively to the people or situations around you. One of the first steps toward emotional independence is learning to recognize and understand your emotions. Often, we are unaware of why we feel a certain way or what triggers our emotional responses. By becoming more self-aware, you can identify the root cause of your emotions. This awareness gives you the power to choose how you respond, instead of letting your emotions dictate your actions. Understanding your emotional triggers is the key to gaining control and breaking free from automatic reactions. Emotional independence also requires taking responsibility for your feelings. It means realizing that no one can make you feel a certain way. While external events or others' behavior may influence your emotions, ultimately, it is your perception and response that determines how you feel. By taking ownership of your emotions, you free yourself from blaming others and empower yourself to choose how you experience and deal with difficult situations. This shift in perspective is liberating, as it places you in control of your emotional life. Building emotional resilience is an essential aspect of emotional independence. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, challenges, and difficult emotions. When you are emotionally resilient, you don't let negative experiences or emotions define you. Instead of dwelling on hurt, disappointment, or failure, you acknowledge your feelings, process them, and move forward. Emotional resilience allows you to maintain your sense of peace and stability, even when life presents obstacles. By strengthening your emotional resilience, you become better equipped to handle life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Self-compassion plays a vital role in emotional independence. Many people struggle with harsh self-criticism or guilt when they experience negative emotions. Instead of beating yourself up for feeling angry, sad, or frustrated, emotional independence teaches you to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Recognize that all emotions are valid and part of the human experience. By showing yourself compassion, you create an environment where you can process and release emotions without judgment. This gentle approach allows you to heal and grow, without the burden of self-blame or shame. Learning to set emotional boundaries is another important aspect of emotional independence. Boundaries are not just about protecting your time or space. They are also about protecting your emotional well-being. Setting boundaries means being clear about what is acceptable behavior from others and what isn't. It means learning to say no when needed, avoiding toxic people, and distancing yourself from situations that drain your emotional energy. By setting these boundaries, you protect your emotional health and create a safe space where you can thrive independently. In relationships, emotional independence is essential for maintaining balance and healthy dynamics. When you are emotionally dependent on others for happiness or validation, you risk losing yourself in the relationship. You may begin to rely on others to make you feel good about yourself or to fix your emotional struggles. Emotional independence in relationships means being whole and complete on your own, while still being open to love and connection. It's about finding a healthy balance between caring for others and maintaining your own emotional stability. The ultimate benefit of emotional independence is freedom. When you are no longer dependent on others for your emotional well-being, you gain the freedom to live authentically, pursue your passions, and make choices that are true to yourself. You stop looking for external validation, and instead, you trust yourself to navigate the complexities of life. Emotional independence gives you the strength to stand firm in your beliefs, make decisions with confidence, and live a life that is aligned with your values, rather than being influenced by the moods and opinions of others. Chapter 3: Self-Reliance, the Key to Security. Self-reliance is the foundation of true security. It's the ability to rely on yourself to solve problems, make decisions, and handle challenges without needing constant support from others. When you are self-reliant, you become your own source of strength, confidence, and stability. You trust yourself to navigate life's obstacles and find solutions, which gives you a sense of security that cannot be easily shaken by external factors. The more you cultivate self-reliance, the more secure you become in your ability to manage whatever comes your way. The first step to developing self-reliance is taking full responsibility for your life. This means acknowledging that you have the power to shape your circumstances through the choices you make. Instead of blaming others or external factors for your difficulties, self-reliance teaches you to own your situation. By accepting responsibility for both your successes and your failures, you empower yourself to make changes and take control of your future. This shift in mindset is key to building the foundation of self-reliance and creating the security that comes from knowing you have the power to change your life. Another important aspect of self-reliance is the ability to trust your own judgment. Many people rely on others for guidance or validation when making decisions. While advice from trusted sources can be helpful, the ultimate decision should come from within. Learning to trust your instincts and making decisions based on your values and goals is essential to developing self-reliance. When you trust yourself, you gain confidence in your abilities and feel secure in your choices, knowing that you are capable of navigating life on your own terms. Self-reliance also involves being resourceful. Life rarely goes according to plan, and unexpected challenges are inevitable. However, when you are self-reliant, you approach these challenges with a mindset of problem-solving. Instead of feeling overwhelmed or helpless, you find creative solutions and adapt to the situation. Being resourceful means using the tools, knowledge, and skills you have at your disposal to overcome obstacles. It's about making the best of what you have and knowing that you can handle whatever life throws your way. One of the benefits of self-reliance is emotional resilience. When you rely on yourself, you learn how to manage your emotions and reactions to life's difficulties. Instead of seeking comfort or reassurance from others, you learn to cope with stress, anxiety, and sadness on your own. This emotional independence allows you to stay grounded in challenging times, giving you the security of knowing that you can face any emotional storm without being knocked off course. Emotional resilience is the cornerstone of self-reliance, as it allows you to handle the ups and downs of life without losing your sense of self. Self-reliance also means developing a strong sense of inner peace. When you no longer depend on external sources for validation, approval, or support, you cultivate a deep sense of calm and confidence in yourself. You begin to realize that your happiness and sense of worth are not dependent on others. They come from within. This inner peace creates a sense of security that is unshakable. No matter what happens around you, you remain centered and secure in your own abilities, knowing that you can navigate any situation with grace. A key component of self-reliance is the ability to set and achieve goals on your own. Self-reliant individuals don't wait for permission or external motivation to pursue their dreams. They take initiative and create their own path. Setting goals is not just about achieving success. It's about developing the discipline and focus needed to work towards something meaningful. When you achieve your goals independently, you gain a sense of accomplishment and pride in your abilities. This strengthens your belief in yourself and reinforces the security that comes with knowing you are capable of reaching your objectives. Building self-reliance also means cultivating a growth mindset. Instead of seeing challenges or failures as setbacks, self-reliant individuals view them as opportunities to learn and grow. They understand that success is not a straight line and that mistakes are part of the process. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you develop resilience and the ability to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. A growth mindset allows you to stay motivated and confident, knowing that every experience is a chance to improve and strengthen your self-reliance. Another crucial aspect of self-reliance is financial independence. When you rely on yourself financially, you gain the freedom to make choices that align with your values, rather than being dictated by financial constraints. Financial independence is not just about having money. It's about creating a secure foundation that allows you to live life on your terms. Whether it's building an emergency fund, saving for retirement, or creating multiple streams of income, being financially self-reliant gives you the security of knowing that you are in control of your financial future. Self-reliance also means cultivating the ability to handle uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how much you plan, things don't always go as expected. However, when you are self-reliant, you trust yourself to adapt to whatever comes your way. You learn how to handle uncertainty with confidence and grace, knowing that you have the skills and mindset to navigate any unknowns. This sense of control over your life, even in uncertain times, is what gives you lasting security. Another benefit of self-reliance is the ability to build stronger, more authentic relationships. When you rely on yourself for your emotional and mental well-being, you don't seek validation or support from others in unhealthy ways. Instead, you approach relationships from a place of strength and wholeness. You offer support and care to others because you have it to give, not because you need it to feel secure. These relationships are based on mutual respect and understanding rather than dependency. As a result, you create more meaningful connections and enjoy a sense of security in your interactions with others. Self-reliance is also about developing the discipline to stay focused on your priorities. In a world full of distractions, it can be easy to lose sight of your goals and become sidetracked by external pressures. However, when you are self-reliant, you know what matters most and remain committed to your vision. You develop the discipline to stay on course, even when faced with obstacles or distractions. This sense of focus and purpose creates security, as it ensures that you are always working toward what is important to you. Self-reliance also allows you to experience greater freedom. When you are no longer dependent on others for validation, emotional support, or financial security, you gain the freedom to live life on your own terms. You make decisions based on your own needs and desires, rather than the expectations or opinions of others. This freedom allows you to live authentically, pursue your passions, and create a life that reflects your true self. The security that comes from self-reliance gives you the power to shape your life in ways that align with your values and aspirations. The ultimate goal of self-reliance is to create lasting security in every area of your life: emotional, mental, financial, and relational. By building the skills, habits, and mindset necessary for self-reliance, you create a solid foundation that allows you to face challenges with confidence and resilience. The more you rely on yourself, the more secure you become in your ability to handle life's obstacles and create the life you desire. Self-reliance is the key to true security, and it begins with trusting in yourself and your ability to thrive independently. In conclusion, self-reliance is the foundation of security. It empowers you to take control of your life, make decisions with confidence, and handle challenges with resilience. When you rely on yourself, you gain the freedom, peace, and strength to live authentically and navigate life on your terms. By developing self-reliance, you create lasting security that cannot be shaken by external circumstances, because your power and confidence come from within. Chapter 4. Finding happiness within. True happiness is not something that can be given to you by others, nor is it dependent on external circumstances. It comes from within. The key to finding lasting happiness is learning to cultivate contentment, peace, and joy within yourself. This chapter will explore the power of internal happiness, the importance of self-acceptance, and how to find fulfillment without relying on external sources. Happiness is a state of mind, and when you learn how to create it from within, it becomes an enduring part of your life. The journey to finding happiness within begins with self-awareness. To truly understand what brings you joy, you must first know yourself deeply. This requires taking the time to reflect on your values, desires, and the things that bring you peace. Often we look for happiness in material possessions, achievements, or the approval of others, but true fulfillment comes when we understand who we are at our core. Self-awareness enables you to make choices that align with your authentic self, creating the foundation for inner contentment. Another essential aspect of finding happiness within is self-acceptance. Many people struggle with self-criticism and the desire to be perfect. But happiness comes from embracing yourself as you are, flaws and all. When you accept yourself, you stop seeking validation from others and begin to appreciate your unique qualities and strengths. Self-acceptance allows you to experience peace, as you no longer feel the need to prove yourself or live up to unrealistic expectations. By accepting your imperfections, you create space for genuine happiness to grow. Gratitude is also a key element of finding happiness within. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude helps you recognize the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. This shift in perspective enhances your sense of contentment as you begin to appreciate the present moment, rather than constantly striving for more. By practicing gratitude daily, you retrain your mind to seek joy in the everyday, creating a deeper sense of happiness. Letting go of comparison is another crucial step in finding happiness within. It's easy to compare ourselves to others, especially in the age of social media, where people often present an idealized version of their lives. However, comparison only leads to dissatisfaction and feelings of inadequacy. When you stop measuring your worth against others, you free yourself from the constant pressure to keep up. Instead, you focus on your own journey, celebrating your unique path and achievements. Letting go of comparison allows you to find joy in your own progress and embrace the life you're living. Forgiveness is also a powerful tool for creating happiness within. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or past hurts only weighs you down emotionally. Forgiving others and yourself frees you from the negative emotions that prevent you from experiencing peace and happiness. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs that were done to you, but about releasing the hold that these past experiences have on your emotional state. When you forgive, you let go of the burden of anger and bitterness, allowing space for healing and inner happiness. Living in the present moment is another essential practice for finding happiness within. Often we get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, which prevent us from fully experiencing the joy of the present. Mindfulness, or the ability to focus on the present moment, allows you to appreciate the here and now. By letting go of distractions and fully engaging with the present, you create more opportunities for happiness. When you stop dwelling on what has been or what might be, you free yourself to experience life with greater clarity and peace. Self-care is also a critical part of finding happiness within. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being is an act of self-love that fosters happiness. When you prioritize self-care, you send the message to yourself that you are worthy of love and attention. Self-care can take many forms, whether it's exercising, eating nutritious foods, meditating, or simply taking time to relax. When you nurture yourself, you create a solid foundation for inner happiness, as you are taking active steps to support your well-being. The pursuit of personal growth is another powerful tool for cultivating happiness from within. As human beings, we are always evolving, and the pursuit of growth gives us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. When you invest in learning, developing new skills, and pushing yourself to improve, you build a sense of accomplishment and self-worth. Personal growth fuels happiness because it connects you to your deeper desires and helps you realize your full potential. As you grow, you become more confident in your abilities, and this confidence adds to your overall sense of happiness. Living authentically is an important practice in finding happiness within. Many people live according to societal expectations or the opinions of others, which can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and disconnection from who they truly are. When you choose to live authentically, you embrace your unique qualities, values, and passions. You stop trying to fit into molds that don't suit you, and instead, you create a life that reflects your true self. Authenticity is liberating, and it brings a deep sense of fulfillment because it allows you to live in harmony with your inner truth. A sense of purpose is also a key factor in finding happiness within. Having a clear sense of purpose gives your life direction and meaning. When you feel connected to a higher calling or mission, it gives you a reason to wake up each day with passion and determination. Purpose provides the motivation to face challenges with resilience and optimism. Whether your purpose is found in your career, your relationships, or personal pursuits, living with purpose brings a profound sense of happiness as it connects you to something greater than yourself. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is essential to fostering happiness within. The people you associate with can significantly impact your emotional well-being. When you spend time with supportive, uplifting individuals, you create an environment that nurtures your happiness. Positive relationships encourage growth, inspire joy, and remind you of your worth. On the other hand, toxic relationships can drain your energy and hinder your ability to find happiness. By surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, you reinforce the positive energy that supports your inner happiness. Setting healthy boundaries is another crucial aspect of finding happiness within. Boundaries protect your emotional and mental space, allowing you to prioritize your well-being. When you establish clear boundaries, you prevent others from draining your energy or taking advantage of you. Healthy boundaries also help you maintain a sense of control over your life, ensuring that you are not overwhelmed by the demands of others. By protecting your space and energy, you preserve your happiness and create a life that feels balanced and fulfilling. Accepting life's imperfections is key to finding happiness within. Perfectionism often leads to dissatisfaction, as we constantly strive for an ideal that doesn't exist. When you accept life as it is, with all its flaws and challenges, you free yourself from the unrealistic expectation of perfection. Acceptance allows you to find beauty in the ordinary moments and joy in the journey, rather than constantly waiting for the perfect moment to feel happy. Embracing life's imperfections brings a sense of peace and helps you find happiness in the present, just as it is. Taking responsibility for your happiness is another important practice in cultivating inner joy. Too often, we wait for others or external circumstances to make us happy. However, happiness is ultimately a choice that comes from within. By taking responsibility for your own happiness, you stop depending on others to fill the void or make you feel good. You realize that the power to create joy, contentment, and peace lies within your hands. When you choose to be happy, regardless of external circumstances, you unlock the true power of happiness from within. In conclusion, Finding happiness within is a journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and personal growth. By cultivating gratitude, mindfulness, and self-love, you build a foundation for lasting happiness. Letting go of comparison, embracing authenticity, and living with purpose creates a life filled with fulfillment and joy. Ultimately, true happiness is not something that can be given to you, but something that you create for yourself. By focusing on internal growth and learning to appreciate yourself and your life, you can experience deep, lasting happiness from within. Chapter 5: The Strength of Being Alone. The strength of being alone is often misunderstood. Many people see solitude as a weakness or something to avoid, but in truth, it is a powerful source of self-discovery, emotional growth, and resilience. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely or unimportant. It's an opportunity to connect deeply with yourself, embrace your individuality, and build the inner strength necessary to navigate life with confidence and independence. Solitude, when embraced, becomes the foundation for a strong, self-reliant individual who is capable of facing any challenge. One of the key strengths of being alone is the ability to truly get to know yourself. When you are alone, you have the space and time to reflect on your values, goals, and desires. You are no longer influenced by the expectations or opinions of others, which allows you to understand who you truly are at your core. This deep self-awareness enables you to make decisions that are aligned with your true self, rather than following the path others expect for you. It's in these moments of solitude that you can connect with your authentic desires and make empowered choices. Solitude also gives you the opportunity to heal. Life is full of emotional wounds, whether from past relationships, disappointments, or failures, and solitude provides a safe space for healing. When you are alone, you can process your emotions without external distractions or the pressure to move on quickly. Solitude allows you to work through pain at your own pace, helping you to release old hurts and grow stronger in the process. It's a time to nurture yourself, rebuild your emotional resilience, and move forward with greater clarity and peace. Being alone builds emotional independence. Many people rely on others for emotional support or validation, but true strength comes from being able to stand on your own. When you are emotionally independent, you are not swayed by others' moods, reactions, or opinions. You develop the inner stability to navigate life's challenges without depending on others to dictate your emotional state. This emotional self-sufficiency gives you the freedom to make decisions that serve your well-being without the fear of disappointing or seeking approval from others. Solitude helps you build discipline and focus. Without the distractions and demands of others, you can devote your attention fully to your own goals and passions. Being alone gives you the space to work on your personal projects, pursue your dreams, and invest time in personal growth. This focused energy allows you to accomplish more, develop new skills, and achieve the success that comes from consistent effort. The strength of being alone lies in the ability to concentrate on what matters most, uninterrupted by external influences. Another benefit of being alone is the freedom to explore your own thoughts and creativity. Solitude allows your mind to wander freely, sparking new ideas and insights that might not emerge in a noisy or crowded environment. Without the pressure to conform or meet others' expectations, you are free to explore new possibilities, embrace your creativity, and express yourself in ways that feel true to you. Creativity often flourishes in solitude, as it provides the mental space to think outside the box and discover innovative solutions to challenges. In solitude, you also learn the importance of self-reliance. Instead of relying on others for support or guidance, you become adept at solving your own problems and handling life's obstacles. This self-reliance fosters a deep sense of security as you know that you are capable of managing whatever comes your way. The more you practice being alone and handling life's difficulties independently, the stronger you become. You develop the confidence that you can face anything, knowing that you have the tools and inner resources to succeed on your own. Being alone gives you the opportunity to cultivate inner peace. When you are surrounded by others, it's easy to get caught up in their emotions, opinions, and conflicts. Solitude allows you to detach from external noise and find peace within yourself. In these moments of stillness, you can clear your mind, center your thoughts, and reconnect with your sense of calm. The strength of being alone is found in this inner tranquility, which allows you to face the world with a grounded, peaceful mindset. Solitude also teaches you to take responsibility for your own happiness. When you are alone, you realize that your happiness is not dependent on others or external circumstances. You are responsible for creating your own joy, fulfillment, and peace. Instead of looking for validation or approval from others, you learn to nurture yourself and find contentment in your own company. This self-sufficiency and happiness gives you the power to create a life that feels satisfying and meaningful, regardless of outside influences. Spending time alone strengthens your ability to make decisions independently. Without the influence of others' opinions, you become more confident in trusting your own judgment. You learn to listen to your instincts, make decisions based on your own needs, and trust that you are capable of choosing what is best for you. This autonomy and decision-making reinforces your sense of self-reliance and empowers you to take control of your life. In solitude, you also gain clarity about what you truly want in life. When you're constantly surrounded by others, it can be difficult to separate your own desires from the expectations and desires of those around you. Being alone provides the mental space to reflect on your goals and aspirations, helping you to identify what is truly important to you. This clarity enables you to make choices that align with your authentic desires, rather than being influenced by the opinions of others. The strength of being alone also lies in the ability to embrace your own company. Many people fear being alone because they are uncomfortable with their own thoughts and emotions. However, when you learn to enjoy your own company, you develop a deep sense of self-love and acceptance. You begin to appreciate the time you spend alone as an opportunity to nurture yourself, relax, and recharge. This self-contentment is a powerful form of strength, as it allows you to remain at peace even when there is no one else around. Solitude allows you to build a stronger sense of identity. In a world full of external influences, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are. But when you are alone, you have the space to reconnect with your core values, beliefs, and passions. You can explore your true interests without pressure to conform to others' expectations. This process of self-discovery strengthens your sense of identity and allows you to live more authentically, making choices that reflect your true self. Being alone helps you develop resilience. Life is full of challenges, and when you face them alone, you learn how to cope with adversity independently. Each challenge you encounter and overcome on your own builds emotional strength and resilience. You become more capable of handling life's difficulties without feeling defeated or overwhelmed. The strength of being alone is found in your ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward with confidence. Solitude also fosters a sense of freedom. When you are alone, you have complete control over how you spend your time, what you focus on, and what direction you want to go in life. This freedom allows you to pursue your passions, explore new interests, and live without external constraints. The strength of being alone is the freedom to choose your path and live according to your own desires, not influenced by the expectations of others. By embracing solitude, you can develop a deep sense of gratitude for your own life. Being alone allows you to reflect on the many aspects of your life that bring you joy and fulfillment. It teaches you to appreciate the small, meaningful moments and find happiness in the present. This gratitude reinforces the strength of being alone as you learn to be content with what you have and find joy within yourself. The strength of being alone ultimately leads to a more empowered and fulfilling life. When you learn to enjoy your own company, trust yourself, and make decisions based on your true desires, you become more confident, self-assured, and content. Solitude is not a sign of weakness or isolation. It is a powerful tool for self-discovery, growth, and emotional strength. Embrace being alone, and you'll discover a well of inner strength that will carry you through life's challenges with resilience, peace, and confidence. In conclusion, the strength of being alone is not about avoiding others or rejecting connection. It is about finding power, peace, and purpose within yourself. Solitude offers the space to discover who you truly are, build emotional independence, and create a life that aligns with your deepest desires. By embracing your own company, you strengthen your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. The power of being alone lies in the freedom, self-awareness, and emotional strength it brings. Chapter 6. Inner Peace Over External Validation. The search for external validation is something most of us can relate to. From the moment we are born, we are taught to seek approval from those around us, parents, teachers, peers, and society. We learn that validation from others often dictates our sense of worth, success, and happiness. However, the pursuit of external approval can be a never-ending cycle that leaves us feeling unfulfilled and insecure. True fulfillment lies in shifting the focus from seeking validation from others to finding inner peace and self-acceptance. The first step in prioritizing inner peace over external validation is recognizing that your worth does not depend on others' opinions. It's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your value based on how others perceive you. Social media, workplace dynamics, and even close relationships often reinforce this idea that your happiness is tied to external recognition. However, this external validation is fleeting and often shallow. When you tie your worth to how others see you, you open yourself to the risk of disappointment and insecurity. Inner peace, on the other hand, is rooted in the understanding that your value is inherent and not dependent on others' approval. One of the most powerful ways to find inner peace is by practicing self-acceptance. Self-acceptance means embracing all parts of yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, successes, and failures, without judgment or the need for approval from others. It's about loving yourself unconditionally, even when you make mistakes or fall short of expectations. When you accept yourself fully, you stop seeking external validation and begin to find peace in knowing that you are enough, just as you are. Self-acceptance allows you to be authentic and true to yourself, without the pressure to conform to others' standards or expectations. Another key to inner peace is letting go of the need for perfection. The desire for perfection often stems from the need to gain approval from others. We want to be seen as flawless, successful, and in control. But the pursuit of perfection only creates stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction, as perfection is an impossible standard. Accepting that mistakes are part of the human experience allows you to relax and embrace your imperfections. When you release the need for perfection, you can experience a greater sense of peace, knowing that growth comes from learning, not from being flawless. A critical aspect of finding inner peace is learning to detach from external outcomes. It's natural to want to achieve certain things or be recognized for our efforts. But when we become overly attached to specific outcomes, we set ourselves up for disappointment. By detaching from the need for external validation, you free yourself from the constant cycle of striving for approval. Instead, focus on the process, your personal growth, and the joy that comes from pursuing your passions, rather than fixating on how others perceive your success. This shift in focus helps you create a sense of peace, regardless of external outcomes. In order to find true inner peace, it's important to set boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. When you constantly seek validation from others, it's easy to become emotionally drained, as you give others too much control over how you feel. Setting healthy boundaries allows you to maintain control over your emotional state, ensuring that you do not rely on others' opinions to define your worth. Boundaries help you preserve your energy, prioritize self-care, and safeguard your mental health. By respecting your own needs and limits, you create a space where inner peace can flourish. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in finding inner peace over external validation. When you are self-aware, you are more in tune with your thoughts, emotions, and desires. This awareness allows you to identify when you are seeking validation from outside sources and recognize how it affects your well-being. Being mindful of your emotional triggers and the external influences that cause you to seek approval is the first step in shifting your focus inward. With self-awareness, you can consciously choose to redirect your energy towards self-validation, affirming your own worth rather than relying on others to do so. The practice of mindfulness is another effective tool for cultivating inner peace. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment, without judgment or attachment. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to focus on the here and now, rather than seeking validation from others or worrying about the future. Mindfulness helps you detach from external influences and return to your true self, allowing you to experience peace in the present moment. Through regular mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing, you can strengthen your ability to maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to the need for external validation. When you focus on the things you are grateful for, you shift your attention away from what others think of you and towards the positive aspects of your life. Gratitude helps you cultivate a sense of contentment and satisfaction with what you have, rather than constantly striving for more approval or recognition. By practicing gratitude daily, you build a habit of appreciating your own journey, accomplishments, and the abundance that already exists in your life, creating a deeper sense of inner peace. Another important aspect of prioritizing inner peace over external validation is learning to trust your own instincts. When you rely on others for validation, you may second-guess yourself and seek confirmation before making decisions. But when you trust yourself and your intuition, you feel more confident in your choices, knowing that you have the wisdom within you to navigate life's challenges. Trusting your instincts allows you to make decisions that align with your true desires, without the need for approval from others. This self-trust builds a deep sense of peace, as you no longer feel the need to seek validation or reassurance from outside sources. To truly cultivate inner peace, you must also learn to forgive yourself. Often we seek validation from others because we haven't forgiven ourselves for past mistakes or shortcomings. Self-forgiveness is the key to releasing guilt, shame, and regret, which are powerful barriers to inner peace. When you forgive yourself, you let go of the emotional weight that keeps you tied to external approval. Self-forgiveness allows you to move forward with a sense of freedom and peace, knowing that your past does not define your worth. Developing emotional intelligence is another essential practice for prioritizing inner peace over external validation. Emotional intelligence involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as empathize with others. When you are emotionally intelligent, you are less likely to be swayed by external opinions or reactions. Instead, you respond to situations with wisdom, compassion, and calm. Emotional intelligence allows you to maintain inner peace even in challenging situations, as you are able to manage your emotions effectively and choose how to respond. Living authentically is a powerful way to prioritize inner peace over external validation. When you live authentically, you embrace your true self without fear of judgment or rejection. You stop trying to please others or fit into molds that don't serve you. Instead, you live in alignment with your values, passions, and beliefs. Authenticity brings a sense of peace, as you no longer have to pretend or seek approval to feel worthy. When you embrace who you truly are, you experience a deep sense of inner peace that comes from living with integrity. A key aspect of inner peace is learning to let go of the need for external approval in your relationships. While healthy relationships are important, they should not be based on seeking validation from others. Instead, focus on creating relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. When you no longer rely on others for validation, your relationships become more authentic, as they are rooted in genuine connection rather than a need for approval. This shift in perspective allows you to experience more peace and fulfillment in your interactions with others. Another important practice for finding inner peace is embracing silence. In a world filled with constant noise, both external and internal, silence offers a sanctuary where you can reconnect with yourself. Silence allows you to clear your mind, reflect on your thoughts, and tap into your inner wisdom. It is in these moments of stillness that you can hear your true voice and cultivate a sense of peace that is unaffected by the distractions of the world. By embracing silence, you create space for deeper connection with your own soul and greater inner peace. Ultimately, prioritizing inner peace over external validation is about creating a strong, unwavering foundation within yourself. When you stop seeking approval from others, you unlock the power to live authentically, make confident decisions, and navigate life with grace and ease. Inner peace is the antidote to the constant search for validation, as it allows you to find contentment and fulfillment within yourself. When you choose inner peace, you stop being dependent on the opinions of others, and instead, you build a life that is anchored in self-love, self-trust, and self-acceptance. In conclusion, prioritizing inner peace over external validation is a journey that requires self-awareness, self-acceptance, and a commitment to personal growth. By letting go of the need for approval and focusing on cultivating peace within yourself, you create a life that is fulfilling, authentic, and free from the need for external recognition. Inner peace is the true source of happiness, as it allows you to live in alignment with your true self, regardless of what others think or say. The strength to live a peaceful and empowered life comes from within, and once you embrace this truth, your life will be filled with greater fulfillment, joy, and freedom. Chapter 7. Redefining Friendship. Friendship is one of the most significant relationships in life, but its meaning has evolved over time. Traditionally, friendship was seen as a bond formed between individuals who shared common interests, values, and experiences. However, as society changes, so too does our understanding of what true friendship really is. In a world where social media and superficial connections dominate, it's crucial to redefine friendship in a way that promotes deeper, more meaningful connections based on respect, trust, and mutual growth. This chapter will explore how to shift your perspective on friendship and develop relationships that are authentic and fulfilling. Redefining friendship begins with understanding that not all friendships are meant to last forever. In life, People change, and so do their needs, desires, and values. Some friendships may fade as your personal growth leads you down different paths. Rather than holding on to relationships that no longer serve you, it's important to embrace the natural ebb and flow of friendships. Realizing that some friendships are temporary allows you to let go without feeling guilty, knowing that every connection serves a purpose at a particular time in your life. In the process of redefining friendship, we must also rethink the idea of best friends. While it's natural to desire close, deep connections, it's important to acknowledge that not everyone will be a best friend. True friendship is not about ranking people, but about recognizing the value each person brings to your life. Instead of striving to maintain a limited number of best friends, embrace a broader, more inclusive definition of friendship that values different types of connections. Some friends may provide emotional support, while others offer intellectual stimulation or companionship during specific activities. Each friendship has its own unique value. A key aspect of redefining friendship is shifting the focus from quantity to quality. In today's world, people often pride themselves on having a large number of friends or followers. However, real fulfillment in friendships comes from depth, not numbers. Meaningful connections are those that are built on trust, mutual respect, and understanding. These relationships provide the emotional support, encouragement, and companionship that foster personal growth and well-being. By focusing on building fewer but stronger connections, you create a circle of friends who truly enrich your life. Communication is essential in any friendship, but in redefining friendship, it's important to focus on open, honest, and vulnerable conversations. Many people hide their true feelings or avoid difficult conversations out of fear of conflict or rejection. However, genuine friendships thrive on the ability to communicate openly about both positive and challenging aspects of life. When friends can share their fears, hopes, and dreams with one another without judgment, they create a deeper bond that fosters trust and understanding. Vulnerability is the foundation of any strong friendship, allowing both individuals to grow together and support each other through life's ups and downs. Trust is another cornerstone in redefining friendship. It's not just about relying on someone to be there for you during difficult times, but also about knowing that your friend will respect your boundaries, honor your values, and keep your confidences. Trust is earned through consistent actions and behavior, not through mere words or superficial gestures. To build lasting friendships, it's important to surround yourself with people who demonstrate integrity, loyalty, and honesty. When trust is the foundation of a friendship, it creates a safe space for both individuals to grow, explore, and support each other without fear of betrayal. In redefining friendship, it's also important to understand that true friends encourage each other's personal growth. Healthy friendships are not about holding each other back, but about lifting each other up. Friends should inspire one another to be their best selves, whether that means pursuing career goals, improving mental and physical health, or expanding personal interests. A good friend challenges you to grow, supports you when you take risks, and celebrates your accomplishments with genuine joy. In this way, friendships serve as a powerful catalyst for personal development. Friendship, at its core, should be about mutual respect and equality. In the past, many friendships were defined by an imbalance in power, where one person was the giver and the other was the taker. However, redefining friendship involves recognizing that both individuals should offer something valuable to the relationship. This can include emotional support, time, advice, or even just a listening ear. Healthy friendships are reciprocal, where both people contribute to the relationship in a balanced and meaningful way. When both individuals respect each other's needs, boundaries, and desires, the friendship becomes a strong, equal partnership. Another important aspect of redefining friendship is learning to embrace differences. Friendships are often strongest when both people bring unique perspectives, skills, and experiences to the table. It's easy to gravitate toward people who share your views, but true growth comes from being challenged by differing opinions and ideas. Instead of avoiding differences, learn to celebrate them. Friendships that embrace diversity encourage open-mindedness, creativity, and a greater understanding of the world. When you respect and appreciate the differences in your friends, you enrich your own life by broadening your perspective. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in redefining friendship. In any relationship, misunderstandings and conflicts will arise. However, the ability to forgive and move forward is what sets healthy friendships apart from toxic ones. Holding on to grudges or resentments can poison a friendship and prevent it from evolving. When friends make mistakes, it's important to address the issue openly and honestly, then work together to find resolution. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, but it means choosing to move beyond the hurt and continue building a stronger, more resilient friendship. A critical part of redefining friendship is understanding the importance of mutual support. A true friend is someone who stands by you during both the good and the bad times. This means offering encouragement, listening without judgment, and providing help when needed. But it also means holding each other accountable. Friends should be there to offer constructive feedback when needed, helping each other stay on track toward personal goals or moral values. This mutual support strengthens the foundation of the friendship, creating a dynamic that fosters growth and resilience in both individuals. The role of boundaries in friendships is often overlooked, yet they are essential for maintaining a healthy relationship. Boundaries ensure that both individuals feel respected and valued. In a redefined friendship, it's crucial to recognize and communicate your personal boundaries, whether they relate to time, emotional energy, or other aspects of the relationship. A true friend respects your limits and encourages you to take care of yourself. When boundaries are respected, friendships flourish, as both individuals feel empowered to be their authentic selves without fear of overstepping or being overwhelmed. In redefining friendship, it's essential to understand that quality time is more valuable than the quantity of time spent together. In the past, friendships were often defined by how much time was spent together, with constant communication and face-to-face meetings. However, real connection can thrive even when time together is limited, as long as the moments shared are meaningful. Whether it's a deep conversation, supporting each other through life challenges, or simply sharing a laugh. What matters most in a friendship is the quality of the interactions, not the frequency. One of the hallmarks of a redefined friendship is a sense of safety. This means that both individuals feel secure in being vulnerable, expressing their true thoughts and feelings, and showing up authentically. When you feel safe in a friendship, you can share without fear of judgment or rejection. This safety fosters trust, emotional intimacy, and mutual support. Creating a safe space within a friendship allows both people to grow, knowing they can be themselves without having to hide their true selves. Redefining friendship also means recognizing the importance of letting go. As we grow, our needs and values change, and sometimes friendships that once served us may no longer align with who we have become. Letting go of friendships that are no longer beneficial or healthy is an important step in redefining what friendship means to you. This doesn't mean harboring ill will or resentment, but rather accepting that people and relationships evolve. Letting go of these connections allows you to make space for new, more aligned friendships that support your growth and well-being. As we redefine friendship, it's essential to understand that friendships are not always permanent. People come and go in our lives, and the nature of our friendships may shift over time. Friendships that last are those that evolve and adapt with the changes in life, and those that fade are often replaced with new connections that better reflect who we are becoming. Embrace the fluidity of friendships and recognize that each person who enters your life serves a purpose, whether for a season or for the long haul. In redefining friendship, it's essential to embrace the idea of balance. True friendship involves a healthy balance of giving and receiving, support and challenge, closeness and independence. When both friends contribute to the relationship and respect each other's needs, the friendship becomes a source of mutual growth and joy. Balance in friendship ensures that both people feel valued and respected, creating a harmonious dynamic that promotes long-lasting connection. Ultimately, redefining friendship is about recognizing that the most meaningful connections are those that support your personal growth, respect your individuality, and provide mutual love and encouragement. By embracing authenticity, respect, and vulnerability in your friendships, you create relationships that are deep, fulfilling, and empowering. Friendship should not be about seeking validation or approval from others, but about building meaningful connections that enrich your life and help you become the best version of yourself. In conclusion, redefining friendship requires a shift in perspective. It's about prioritizing quality over quantity, embracing vulnerability and authenticity, and building relationships that contribute to your growth and well-being. By letting go of societal expectations and focusing on the values that matter most, you can create deeper, more meaningful friendships that last a lifetime. Redefining friendship is not just about who you are with others, but about who you become in the process of cultivating relationships that align with your true self. Chapter 8. Creating your own purpose. Purpose is a powerful force in life. It gives direction, meaning, and motivation, and serves as the foundation for your goals and decisions. Yet many people search for purpose outside of themselves, believing that it must come from external sources like careers, relationships, or societal expectations. However, the true essence of purpose lies within you. It is something you create for yourself, based on your values, passions, and what feels meaningful to you. This chapter explores how to discover and create your own purpose, a purpose that empowers you to live a fulfilling and authentic life. Creating your own purpose begins with self-awareness. To understand what truly matters to you, it's important to reflect on your passions, values, and interests. What excites you? What makes you feel alive and connected to the world around you? Often people look for purpose in the expectations of others, but real fulfillment comes from recognizing what resonates deeply with your own soul. Self-awareness helps you discover the activities, causes, and experiences that align with your inner truth, forming the foundation of your personal purpose. Purpose is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's unique to each individual and often evolves throughout life. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or tied to an external achievement like fame or wealth. Sometimes purpose is found in the small, everyday actions that bring joy and meaning, such as helping others, creating something beautiful, or simply living in alignment with your core values. Your purpose is the thread that ties together the various aspects of your life, giving everything you do a sense of intention and direction. To create your own purpose, it's essential to look inward and ask yourself meaningful questions. What do you want to contribute to the world? How do you want to make an impact? These questions can help clarify your values and desires, giving you the clarity you need to build a purposeful life. Purpose is about aligning your actions with your deeper intentions and living with authenticity. It requires a willingness to dig beneath the surface and explore what drives you at a fundamental level. Creating purpose also involves setting clear, intentional goals. Once you have an understanding of what matters most to you, break that down into actionable steps. Purpose is not just about knowing what you want, but actively pursuing it. Setting goals gives you a roadmap to follow, ensuring that you stay on track as you work toward fulfilling your purpose. These goals should be aligned with your values and passions so that every action you take moves you closer to living a purpose-driven life. Another important aspect of creating your own purpose is letting go of the fear of failure. Many people avoid pursuing their true purpose because they are afraid of failing or not measuring up to societal expectations. However, failure is not something to fear. It's an inevitable part of growth and progress. When you embrace failure as a learning experience rather than a setback, you free yourself to take risks and explore new possibilities. By letting go of perfectionism and fear, you can step into your purpose with confidence and resilience. Purpose is deeply connected to your sense of meaning. When you have a clear sense of purpose, life feels more meaningful. Everyday tasks are infused with intention, and even challenges become opportunities for growth. Purpose gives you a reason to keep going during difficult times, as it connects you to something greater than yourself. It creates a deeper sense of fulfillment, as you know that your actions align with your values and contribute to something that matters. A key part of creating your own purpose is learning to live in alignment with your values. Your values are the guiding principles that shape how you make decisions and interact with the world. When your actions align with your values, you feel more authentic and at peace. Conversely, when you act in ways that contradict your values, you experience inner conflict and dissatisfaction. By understanding your values and making choices that reflect them, you create a life that feels purposeful and true to yourself. Another powerful way to create purpose is through connection. We are social beings, and many people find purpose through their relationships and the impact they have on others. This connection can be with family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers in need. Creating purpose doesn't have to be a solitary journey. It can involve contributing to the well-being of others and making a positive difference in the world. When you are connected to others through shared goals, compassion, and mutual support, your purpose takes on a deeper significance. Creating your own purpose also involves embracing personal growth. As you work toward fulfilling your purpose, you will inevitably face challenges and obstacles. These moments of adversity offer valuable lessons that can help you grow and evolve. Personal growth is an essential part of creating purpose, as it allows you to build the skills, resilience, and confidence necessary to overcome obstacles and stay on course. The process of growing while pursuing your purpose makes the journey itself rewarding and fulfilling. Purpose is not always something that is immediately clear. It can take time to discover, and it may evolve as you change and grow. Allow yourself the space to explore different paths, try new things, and learn from your experiences. Don't rush the process. Trust that your purpose will unfold in its own time. Sometimes, it's the act of living authentically and staying true to your values that helps you uncover your purpose along the way. Be open to change and remain flexible as your purpose may evolve as you gain new insights and experiences. An important element of creating your own purpose is the willingness to take responsibility for your life. When you take full responsibility for your actions, choices, and circumstances, you realize that you have the power to shape your own destiny. Purpose is not something that happens to you. It is something you create through your decisions and actions. By taking ownership of your life, you empower yourself to create the future you desire and live a purposeful, fulfilling life. Living with purpose also means embracing the journey, not just the destination. While having a clear goal is important, the process of living your purpose is where true fulfillment lies. Each step you take, no matter how small, is part of a larger picture. When you focus too much on the end result, you may miss the joy and growth that comes from the journey itself. Embrace each moment and appreciate the lessons along the way, knowing that the journey is just as valuable as the destination. Creating purpose also involves cultivating a sense of gratitude. When you are grateful for what you have and the opportunities that come your way, you open yourself up to greater fulfillment and purpose. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in your life, helping you stay grounded in the present. This mindset of gratitude enriches your sense of purpose by allowing you to appreciate the journey, the people you meet, and the experiences that shape your life. The strength to create your own purpose lies in your ability to trust yourself and the process. You may not always know exactly what your purpose looks like, but you can trust that each step you take brings you closer to it. Trusting yourself to navigate the unknown with confidence and faith in your abilities empowers you to pursue your passions and live authentically. When you trust the process of creating your purpose, you allow yourself to move forward with clarity and conviction. Purpose is also about embracing your unique gifts and talents. Each person has something valuable to offer the world, skills, perspectives, and strengths that contribute to the greater good. By embracing and using your unique gifts, you create a sense of purpose that goes beyond personal achievement. When you use your talents to serve others or to create something meaningful, your purpose expands beyond yourself and becomes a source of inspiration for those around you. Creating your own purpose requires courage. It's easy to follow the path laid out by others, to conform to societal expectations, or to let fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams. But purpose comes from living authentically and taking bold steps toward what truly matters to you. It requires the courage to break free from the comfort of the known and step into the unknown with confidence and faith. When you act courageously in the pursuit of your purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Ultimately, creating your own purpose is an empowering and transformative journey. It's about living in alignment with your true self, taking responsibility for your life, and continuously growing along the way. When you embrace your purpose, you gain a sense of fulfillment and meaning that transcends external achievements and societal expectations. The strength to create and live your own purpose lies within you. It's a journey that begins with self-awareness, trust, and a commitment to living authentically. In conclusion, creating your own purpose is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery, growth, and fulfillment. It's about aligning your actions with your values, embracing your unique gifts, and staying true to yourself. The process of creating purpose is deeply personal, but it leads to a life filled with meaning, direction, and joy. Trust in yourself, embrace the journey, and create a life that reflects your true purpose and passions. Chapter 9. Breaking Free from Social Pressure. Breaking free from social pressure is a transformative act of reclaiming your independence, self-worth, and authenticity. Social pressure often compels people to conform to norms, expectations, and behaviors that may not align with their true values or desires. To break free from these constraints, it is essential to identify the influences shaping your decisions and actively choose to prioritize your own voice over the noise of external expectations. This chapter explores practical strategies for overcoming social pressure and embracing a life of authenticity and freedom. The first step in breaking free from social pressure is recognizing its presence. Social pressure comes in many forms: peer pressure, societal norms, cultural expectations, and even family traditions. It can subtly influence your choices, making you conform without realizing it. By reflecting on your decisions and identifying areas where you feel pushed to fit in, you gain clarity about where external influences are overpowering your personal desires. Awareness is the foundation of change. One way to overcome social pressure is to strengthen your sense of self. When you know who you are and what you stand for, you are less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others. Take the time to reflect on your values, beliefs, and goals. Write them down, remind yourself of them daily, and use them as a compass for your actions. A strong sense of self creates a solid foundation that makes it easier to resist the pull of conformity. Learning to say no is a powerful tool for breaking free from social pressure. Many people struggle to decline requests or invitations out of fear of rejection, judgment, or guilt. However, saying no is an act of self-respect and self-preservation. Practice asserting your boundaries with kindness and firmness. By prioritizing your own needs and values over the expectations of others, you reclaim control over your time, energy, and decisions. Building confidence is another critical component of resisting social pressure. When you believe in your own abilities and decisions, you are less likely to seek approval or validation from others. Confidence allows you to trust your instincts and stand by your choices, even when they go against the grain. Developing confidence takes time, but consistent effort, such as setting and achieving small goals or practicing self-affirmation, can help you build this essential skill. Another way to break free from social pressure is to surround yourself with like-minded people who support your individuality. Choose relationships that encourage growth, authenticity, and self-expression. When you are surrounded by people who respect your values and choices, you feel empowered to stay true to yourself. Conversely, distance yourself from toxic relationships that thrive on judgment or conformity, as they can undermine your confidence and independence. Understanding that you cannot please everyone is a crucial realization in breaking free from social pressure. No matter how hard you try, someone will always have an opinion about your choices. Trying to appease everyone often leads to frustration and a loss of self-identity. Accepting that it is impossible to make everyone happy frees you from the burden of seeking approval and allows you to focus on living authentically. Challenging societal norms is an important aspect of resisting social pressure. Many norms are deeply ingrained and unquestioned, yet they may not serve your well-being or happiness. By critically examining these norms and asking whether they align with your values, you take the first step in redefining what is acceptable for you. Challenge outdated or restrictive ideas about success, beauty, relationships, or career paths, and choose what resonates with you personally. Breaking free from social pressure also requires letting go of the fear of judgment. The fear of being judged often prevents people from expressing themselves authentically. However, it's important to remember that judgment is a reflection of the other person's beliefs, not your worth. By detaching yourself from the opinions of others, you liberate yourself to live authentically without being held back by fear of criticism. Mindfulness is a powerful practice for combating social pressure. By focusing on the present moment, you become more aware of your thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Mindfulness helps you recognize when you are acting out of fear or conformity and allows you to pause and make conscious decisions. It creates a space for self-reflection and empowers you to act in alignment with your true self rather than succumbing to external influences. Breaking free from social pressure often involves redefining success. Society often imposes rigid standards of success, such as wealth, status, or appearance. However, true success is subjective and deeply personal. Take the time to define what success means to you, based on your values and aspirations. When you pursue your own definition of success, you free yourself from the pressure to meet societal expectations. Another strategy for overcoming social pressure is practicing self-compassion. It's easy to feel guilt or shame when you don't conform to others' expectations, but self-compassion helps you navigate these emotions with kindness. Remind yourself that it's okay to prioritize your own happiness and that your worth is not determined by others' approval. Self-compassion strengthens your resolve to live authentically and resist external pressures. Understanding the power of choice is fundamental in breaking free from social pressure. Every day, you have the opportunity to make decisions that align with your values and desires. Recognize that you have the agency to choose your path and use this power wisely. By consistently making choices that honor your true self, you build a life that reflects your authenticity and individuality. Limiting exposure to social media can also help reduce the influence of social pressure. Social media often perpetuates unrealistic standards and fosters comparison. Taking regular breaks from these platforms allows you to focus on your own life without being bombarded by others' curated versions of reality. Use this time to reflect, create, and reconnect with your authentic self. Another way to resist social pressure is by embracing your uniqueness. Each person has their own strengths, experiences, and perspectives that make them special. Celebrate what makes you different and use it as a source of strength. When you embrace your individuality, you naturally resist the pull of conformity and create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Breaking free from social pressure requires resilience. There will be moments when you feel tempted to conform or face criticism for standing out. Building emotional resilience helps you stay true to yourself in the face of challenges. Resilience comes from self-confidence, a strong support system, and a commitment to your values. With resilience, you can navigate social pressure without compromising your authenticity. Creating a life aligned with your values is a powerful antidote to social pressure. When your actions reflect what you truly believe, you experience a sense of peace and fulfillment. This alignment acts as a shield against external influences as you are grounded in your own truth. Living in alignment with your values allows you to make decisions confidently, regardless of societal expectations. Breaking free from social pressure also involves embracing change. As you grow and evolve, your priorities and values may shift. Be open to re-evaluating your choices and redefining what matters to you. Flexibility and adaptability ensure that you stay true to your evolving self, rather than clinging to outdated expectations or norms. In conclusion, breaking free from social pressure is about reclaiming your independence and authenticity. By understanding the influences shaping your decisions, building confidence, and surrounding yourself with supportive relationships, you empower yourself to live a life aligned with your values. It's a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and courage that ultimately leads to greater fulfillment and freedom. The power to overcome social pressure lies within you. Embrace it and create a life that reflects your true self. Chapter 10. The Art of Self-Reflection. Self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and development. It allows you to gain deeper insights into your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, helping you understand why you act the way you do and how you can improve. At its core, self-reflection is a process of introspection, where you take time to assess your actions, your goals, and your life's direction. Through this practice, you gain clarity about what matters most to you, align your actions with your values, and become more intentional in how you navigate the world. The first step in mastering the art of self-reflection is creating the space for it. In today's fast-paced world, It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, constantly moving from one task to another without pausing to reflect. However, reflection requires quiet and stillness, a break from the constant noise. By setting aside dedicated time each day or week for self-reflection, you allow yourself the opportunity to slow down and examine your experiences. Whether it's through journaling, meditation, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts, creating this space is essential for meaningful reflection. Self-reflection begins with honesty. To truly understand yourself, you must be willing to confront the truth about your behaviors, motivations, and beliefs. This means being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, successes and failures. It's easy to sugarcoat things or avoid difficult truths, but real growth comes from facing the uncomfortable aspects of yourself. Honesty in self-reflection is not about self-criticism, but about seeing things clearly so you can make positive changes moving forward. Another important element of self-reflection is asking the right questions. Reflection is most productive when you approach it with curiosity and an open mind. Ask yourself questions that get to the root of your thoughts and behaviors. Why did I react that way in that situation? What was I feeling at that moment? How can I respond differently next time? By questioning yourself in this way, you engage in a deeper level of introspection that provides valuable insights into your emotional landscape and decision-making process. Self-reflection also requires self-compassion. It's easy to judge yourself harshly for mistakes or shortcomings, but this can inhibit growth. Instead of focusing on guilt or regret, practice self-compassion by recognizing that everyone has flaws and makes mistakes. Self-compassion allows you to reflect on your actions with understanding rather than self-criticism, making it easier to learn from your experiences and move forward with greater wisdom. When you treat yourself with kindness during the reflection process, you create a supportive environment for growth. A key aspect of self-reflection is identifying patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. Over time, certain patterns emerge in how you respond to stress, how you interact with others, and how you make decisions. By reflecting on these recurring behaviors, you can begin to identify areas where change is needed. Are there negative thought patterns that keep you stuck in a cycle of doubt? Are there habits that are no longer serving your goals? Self-reflection helps you uncover these patterns and offers the opportunity to break free from those that are hindering your progress. Through reflection, you also gain a deeper understanding of your values. Your values are the principles and beliefs that guide your decisions and actions. When you take the time to reflect on your life, you can assess whether you are living in alignment with these values. Do your actions reflect what matters most to you? Are you prioritizing what truly brings you fulfillment? Self-reflection helps you recognize whether your life choices are consistent with your core values and provides the opportunity to make adjustments if needed. Self-reflection is also an essential tool for emotional growth. It allows you to examine your emotions and reactions to various situations. Why do certain situations trigger anger, sadness, or anxiety? What unmet needs or unresolved issues might be influencing your emotional responses? By reflecting on your emotions, you can better understand their root causes and learn healthier ways to cope. Emotional self-reflection helps you manage your feelings with greater awareness and control, leading to more balanced and fulfilling relationships. In addition to examining your emotions, self-reflection helps you explore your desires and aspirations. What are your long-term goals? What do you want to achieve in your life, both personally and professionally? Reflecting on your desires gives you the clarity needed to set meaningful goals that align with your authentic self. It also helps you assess whether the actions you are currently taking are aligned with those goals, so you can course-correct if needed and ensure you are moving toward your vision of fulfillment. Self-reflection also requires a willingness to let go of the past. Often, we carry the weight of past experiences, regrets, or mistakes that can hinder our ability to grow. Through reflection, you can process these emotions and release their hold on you. This doesn't mean forgetting the lessons learned from the past, but rather freeing yourself from the emotional baggage that prevents you from moving forward. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you create space for new experiences, opportunities, and growth. Another key aspect of self-reflection is recognizing your accomplishments. It's easy to overlook your achievements or take them for granted, but reflecting on what you've accomplished provides motivation and confidence. When you take time to acknowledge your successes, both big and small, you build a positive self-image and reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. Celebrating your wins through self-reflection helps you stay focused and motivated as you continue on your journey of growth. Self-reflection can also guide you in making better decisions. When you take the time to reflect on your choices, you gain a deeper understanding of your decision-making process. What factors influence your choices? Are you making decisions out of fear, obligation, or desire for approval? By reflecting on your decisions, you can identify any unhealthy patterns or external pressures that are driving you and make more intentional, authentic choices moving forward. Through self-reflection, you can also gain greater clarity about your strengths. What do you excel at? What qualities make you unique and capable? Understanding your strengths allows you to leverage them in pursuit of your goals and helps you build self-confidence. Recognizing and honing your strengths through reflection also allows you to identify areas for further development, ensuring that you continue to grow and refine your skills over time. Self-reflection is an ongoing practice that requires patience and consistency. The more you engage in reflection, the more insights you will uncover about yourself. However, it's important to remember that self-reflection is not a one-time activity, but a lifelong process. Just as you change and evolve over time, so too should your self-reflection practices. The process of introspection will deepen as you continue to learn and grow, providing ever greater clarity and wisdom. One of the most powerful aspects of self-reflection is that it allows you to be present with yourself. In our busy lives, we often forget to check in with ourselves and assess how we are truly feeling or where we are in our personal journey. Self-reflection creates a space for you to pause, take a step back, and ask yourself how you're doing. This moment of stillness and introspection allows you to realign with your goals, reaffirm your values, and ensure that you are living authentically. Self-reflection also fosters gratitude. When you take the time to look back on your life, you begin to recognize the moments of growth, success, and joy. Reflecting on the positive aspects of your life helps shift your mindset from focusing on what you lack to appreciating what you have. Gratitude through reflection enhances your sense of well-being and helps you maintain a positive outlook even in the face of challenges. Another essential part of self-reflection is forgiving yourself. Often we hold on to guilt or regret over past decisions or actions. Self-reflection allows you to process these emotions, learn from your mistakes, and forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is a powerful act that enables you to move forward with greater peace and self-acceptance. It frees you from the weight of past errors, allowing you to focus on personal growth and positive change. Ultimately, the art of self-reflection empowers you to live a more intentional, authentic life. By taking the time to regularly reflect on your thoughts, emotions, actions, and goals, you gain valuable insights that guide you toward personal fulfillment. Self-reflection helps you align with your true self, make better decisions, and cultivate inner peace. It is a powerful tool for continuous growth, ensuring that you are always evolving into the best version of yourself. In conclusion, the art of self-reflection is a lifelong practice that enhances self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and personal growth. By creating space for introspection, embracing honesty, and practicing self-compassion, you unlock deeper insights into who you are and how you can live more authentically. Self-reflection guides you toward understanding your values, strengths, and desires, ultimately helping you align your actions with your true purpose and live a fulfilling, intentional life. Chapter 11. Resilience through loneliness. Loneliness is often seen as a negative experience, something to be avoided or feared. However, when approached with the right mindset, loneliness can become a powerful tool for building resilience. It is through moments of solitude and isolation that we often find the strength to reconnect with ourselves, learn new coping mechanisms, and build emotional fortitude. This chapter explores how loneliness, rather than being a source of weakness, can be a wellspring of strength and resilience when faced with courage and self-awareness. The first step in building resilience through loneliness is shifting your perspective on solitude. Instead of viewing loneliness as a void or something to escape, consider it an opportunity for self-discovery. In the absence of distractions, external opinions, and societal pressures, you have the chance to tune into your own thoughts, emotions, and desires. Loneliness provides the space to reflect on who you are, what you want, and how you can move forward in life with more clarity and purpose. Loneliness teaches you the power of self-reliance. In moments of solitude, you learn to depend on yourself for emotional support, motivation, and comfort. This self-sufficiency builds emotional strength as you realize that you are capable of navigating difficult emotions without the need for constant external validation. By developing the ability to comfort yourself and solve your own problems, you cultivate resilience, making it easier to handle life's challenges with confidence and inner strength. In facing loneliness, you also develop the ability to sit with discomfort. Loneliness can bring up feelings of sadness, anxiety, or even fear, and it is easy to want to avoid or numb these emotions. However, building resilience requires you to confront and experience discomfort rather than running from it. When you allow yourself to feel the full range of emotions that loneliness brings, you build emotional resilience and increase your capacity to handle other difficult situations with greater ease and grace. Resilience through loneliness also involves cultivating a sense of purpose and meaning. In moments of solitude, you have the opportunity to reflect on what truly matters to you and what gives your life meaning. This introspection can lead to a deeper understanding of your goals and values, empowering you to pursue them with greater passion and determination. When you have a sense of purpose, loneliness no longer feels like a drain, but becomes an opportunity for growth, focus, and self-realization. Another important lesson that loneliness teaches you is patience. In a world where instant gratification is often the norm, loneliness challenges us to slow down and embrace the stillness. The process of sitting with your feelings, accepting the moment, and learning to live without constant external stimulation or company builds patience and emotional endurance. Resilience is not about quickly overcoming obstacles, but about learning to endure and navigate them with strength, clarity, and acceptance. Building resilience through loneliness also requires developing emotional regulation skills. Loneliness can stir up strong emotions, including sadness, frustration, or anger, but resilience involves learning how to manage these feelings effectively. By practicing techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing, you can cultivate emotional regulation and reduce the intensity of negative emotions. This emotional control allows you to stay grounded and maintain a sense of peace, even when faced with isolation. In solitude, you also have the opportunity to reconnect with your inner voice and intuition. Without the distractions and noise of the outside world, you can listen more closely to your gut feelings, your desires, and your wisdom. Loneliness helps you tune into your authentic self, allowing you to make decisions that align with your values and true purpose. This deeper connection to yourself fosters resilience as you learn to trust your instincts and navigate life with confidence and self-assurance. Loneliness also gives you the chance to focus on personal growth and development. In times of solitude, you have the space to read, learn new skills, or work on self-improvement. Instead of seeing loneliness as wasted time, view it as an opportunity to better yourself. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up a creative hobby, or practicing mindfulness, embracing personal growth during lonely periods can help you build the resilience needed to thrive in both solitude and social environments. During periods of loneliness, it's important to practice self-compassion. Rather than beating yourself up for feeling isolated or disconnected, approach yourself with kindness and understanding. Loneliness can trigger feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, but self-compassion allows you to accept these feelings without judgment. By treating yourself with love and care, you build the emotional strength necessary to endure loneliness without letting it undermine your confidence or well-being. Resilience through loneliness is also about learning to create healthy routines that support your mental and emotional health. Establishing a regular routine, even in times of solitude, brings structure and stability to your life. Whether it's setting aside time for exercise, journaling, cooking nutritious meals, or engaging in creative activities, a structured routine helps you maintain a sense of purpose and control, which builds resilience. The consistency of these habits gives you something to hold on to in times of uncertainty, making it easier to weather the storms of loneliness. Another way loneliness fosters resilience is by teaching you how to set healthy boundaries. Loneliness often arises from social situations that feel draining, unfulfilling, or toxic. In solitude, you have the opportunity to reflect on your relationships and set boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. Resilience involves recognizing when certain connections or situations no longer serve you and having the strength to walk away or limit your involvement. By protecting your emotional space, you create a safe environment in which resilience can grow. Loneliness also provides an opportunity to develop gratitude. In the absence of external company, you can focus on the positive aspects of your life, such as your health, your talents, or your personal achievements. Practicing gratitude during lonely periods shifts your focus away from what is lacking and helps you appreciate the abundance that already exists. This shift in perspective helps you build a more positive, resilient mindset, which makes it easier to cope with isolation and embrace the growth it offers. Building resilience through loneliness also involves learning to embrace your own company. Many people fear being alone because they feel uncomfortable with themselves. However, true resilience comes from learning to enjoy your own presence and find fulfillment in your own company. When you embrace solitude as a form of self-nurturing, you realize that being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. Instead, it becomes an opportunity for introspection, self-care, and personal empowerment. During moments of loneliness, it's important to practice letting go of the need for external validation. Society often teaches us that we are only worthy when we are surrounded by others or receiving praise and attention. However, true resilience comes from knowing that your value is inherent and not dependent on others. By shifting your focus away from seeking validation from the outside world and instead learning to validate yourself, you build inner strength and resilience that cannot be shaken by loneliness. Another crucial aspect of resilience through loneliness is acceptance. Loneliness is not something to fight against. Rather, it is something to accept as part of the human experience. Accepting loneliness allows you to stop resisting it and makes it easier to process your emotions. When you accept that loneliness is temporary and can be a source of growth, you stop seeing it as something negative and begin to see it as an opportunity to build resilience, self-awareness, and emotional strength. During lonely periods, it's helpful to connect with nature. Nature has a unique way of grounding us and providing peace. Spending time in nature, whether it's going for a walk, sitting by a lake, or hiking in the mountains, helps restore balance and clarity. Nature's rhythms and beauty remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Connecting with nature during times of solitude fosters resilience by helping us reconnect with the present moment and find peace amidst the stillness. Loneliness can also be an opportunity to reflect on the impermanence of life. By embracing the transient nature of relationships and situations, you gain a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Resilience comes from understanding that loneliness, like all emotions, is temporary. It is not something that defines you or lasts forever. By accepting its impermanence, you build emotional endurance and the ability to navigate future moments of isolation with greater ease and strength. Ultimately, resilience through loneliness comes from the realization that you are enough, just as you are. Loneliness teaches you to stand on your own, trust in your own abilities, and find comfort within yourself. It is through this self-reliance and acceptance that you become emotionally stronger, capable of facing the challenges of life with a sense of inner peace and confidence. By embracing the lessons loneliness offers, you become more resilient, more self-aware, and more connected to your true essence. In conclusion, resilience through loneliness is not about avoiding or resisting solitude, but about embracing it as an opportunity for growth, self-reflection, and emotional strength. By learning to be self-reliant, practicing self-compassion, and cultivating gratitude, you build the resilience necessary to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. Loneliness becomes a powerful teacher, offering lessons that help you grow and build the inner fortitude needed to thrive in any situation. Chapter 12. Building Emotional Strength. Emotional strength is the foundation of resilience, enabling individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. It involves the ability to manage your emotions, maintain balance during turbulent times, and recover quickly from adversity. Building emotional strength is not about suppressing or avoiding difficult emotions. It's about learning to respond to them in a healthy, constructive way. This chapter explores the various aspects of emotional strength and offers strategies to develop it, empowering you to face life with confidence, resilience, and inner peace. The first step in building emotional strength is acknowledging and understanding your emotions. Emotional strength begins with self-awareness, the ability to recognize, identify, and understand what you're feeling in any given moment. Emotions are powerful, and when left unexamined, they can dictate your behavior and cloud your judgment. By becoming more attuned to your emotional state, you can better understand why you feel the way you do and make more intentional decisions about how to respond. Part of building emotional strength is learning how to manage difficult emotions without letting them overwhelm you. Anger, sadness, fear, and anxiety are all natural emotions that everyone experiences, but they can become destructive if not managed properly. One way to manage these emotions is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to observe your emotions without judgment, creating a buffer between the feeling and your response. This awareness gives you the space to choose how to react, rather than being controlled by your emotions. Another essential aspect of emotional strength is developing emotional regulation skills. Emotional regulation involves the ability to control your emotional responses, particularly in challenging situations. It's about not letting your emotions dictate your actions, but rather taking a moment to pause, reflect, and choose a thoughtful response. Strategies such as deep breathing, counting to 10, or stepping away from a stressful situation can help you regulate your emotions, allowing you to remain calm and focused even when life is chaotic. Building emotional strength also involves learning how to embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness, but in reality, it is a sign of courage and emotional maturity. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open up to deeper connections with others and embrace your true self. Vulnerability also means accepting the uncertainty and discomfort that come with growth, change, and new experiences. By embracing vulnerability, you strengthen your emotional resilience, as it encourages you to face difficult situations with openness and acceptance. Another important part of building emotional strength is practicing self-compassion. Many people are harsh on themselves when they make mistakes or face setbacks, but this self-criticism only erodes emotional strength. Instead, practice kindness and understanding toward yourself during challenging times. Recognize that you are human and that it's okay to feel vulnerable, frustrated, or afraid. Self-compassion fosters emotional healing, helping you bounce back from difficulties with a sense of acceptance and love for yourself. Emotional strength also comes from developing healthy coping mechanisms. When faced with stress, grief, or disappointment, it's important to have strategies that help you cope without resorting to destructive behaviors. Healthy coping mechanisms may include talking to a trusted friend, exercising, journaling, or practicing relaxation techniques. By cultivating positive coping strategies, you build emotional resilience and develop the ability to handle life's challenges in a way that promotes growth and well-being. Learning to set boundaries is another vital part of building emotional strength. Boundaries protect your emotional energy by ensuring that you are not overwhelmed by the demands of others. They help you preserve your mental and emotional well-being, allowing you to prioritize your needs and values. Setting boundaries also teaches you to say no when necessary, which is an essential aspect of emotional self-care. By maintaining healthy boundaries, you prevent burnout and emotional exhaustion, making it easier to stay emotionally strong in the face of stress. A crucial aspect of emotional strength is developing emotional intelligence, EQ. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. EQ plays a critical role in your ability to navigate social interactions, manage conflicts, and build strong, supportive relationships. High emotional intelligence allows you to respond to emotional situations with empathy, compassion, and calm, rather than reacting impulsively or defensively. Another key factor in building emotional strength is practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking or wrong in your life to what is abundant and good. When you regularly practice gratitude, you begin to see life through a positive lens, which strengthens your emotional resilience. Gratitude fosters a sense of contentment, allowing you to find peace even during challenging times. It helps you appreciate the present moment and all the small victories, rather than being consumed by past regrets or future anxieties. Developing a positive mindset is also essential for building emotional strength. While it's natural to experience negative thoughts and emotions, cultivating an optimistic outlook helps you navigate difficulties with greater ease. A positive mindset encourages you to focus on solutions rather than problems, to see opportunities in challenges, and to maintain hope even in the face of adversity. By training your mind to focus on the positive, you build emotional resilience and become more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. Self-reflection is another powerful tool for building emotional strength. Taking the time to reflect on your emotions, actions, and responses allows you to gain valuable insights into your emotional state. It helps you identify patterns in your behavior and understand how certain situations trigger emotional reactions. Self-reflection also allows you to evaluate whether your emotional responses align with your values and goals. By regularly engaging in self-reflection, you gain greater emotional awareness and learn to respond to situations in a more balanced and thoughtful way. Building emotional strength also involves letting go of the past. Unresolved emotional baggage can weigh you down, making it harder to move forward in life. Emotional strength comes from the ability to process past experiences, learn from them, and release any lingering pain or resentment. Forgiving yourself and others is a crucial part of this process, as it frees you from the emotional burdens that prevent you from living fully in the present. By letting go of past hurts, you create space for emotional growth and healing. Resilience is also built by embracing challenges. It's easy to avoid difficult situations or setbacks, but it's in these moments of adversity that emotional strength is forged. Every challenge you face provides an opportunity to develop new coping skills, gain perspective, and grow stronger. By viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, you build the emotional resilience necessary to handle future difficulties with confidence and grace. A supportive social network is another important factor in building emotional strength. While emotional strength comes from within, having a strong network of friends, family, or mentors provides valuable support during difficult times. These relationships offer emotional encouragement, perspective, and guidance, helping you navigate challenges more effectively. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who listen without judgment, and who offer genuine support. A strong social network helps reinforce your emotional strength, providing you with the encouragement you need to keep going. Another important aspect of emotional strength is practicing acceptance. Life is full of uncertainty, and emotional strength comes from accepting that there are things beyond your control. Rather than fighting against reality, learn to embrace what is and find peace in acceptance. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity, but it means releasing the need to control everything and finding peace with the present moment. By practicing acceptance, you reduce stress and emotional turbulence, making it easier to maintain balance in the face of life's challenges. Developing a sense of purpose also contributes to emotional strength. When you have a clear sense of purpose, you are more resilient in the face of adversity because you are anchored to something greater than your circumstances. Purpose gives you direction and motivation even when life feels overwhelming. It provides meaning to your struggles and encourages you to keep going, knowing that your efforts are contributing to something important. A sense of purpose strengthens your emotional resilience as it reminds you of why you're pushing through difficult times. Finally, building emotional strength involves embracing self-care. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being is not a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining emotional balance. Regular self-care practices, whether it's exercise, relaxation, or spending time doing things you enjoy, help you recharge, build resilience, and prevent burnout. By prioritizing self-care, you ensure that you have the energy and emotional resources needed to face life's challenges with strength and grace. In conclusion, building emotional strength is a lifelong process that requires awareness, self-compassion, and consistent practice. By developing emotional regulation skills, embracing vulnerability, and cultivating a positive mindset, you create a solid foundation for resilience. Emotional strength allows you to face life's difficulties with confidence, learn from your experiences, and grow stronger with each challenge you encounter. It is a powerful force that empowers you to live authentically, navigate adversity, and thrive in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. Chapter 13. The Freedom of Being Alone. Being alone is often seen as a daunting experience, something to be avoided or feared. In a world that emphasizes social connections and group dynamics, solitude can feel isolating and uncomfortable. Yet, there is a unique freedom that comes with being alone, an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, reclaim your time, and experience life from a perspective of personal growth and self-discovery. This chapter explores the freedom found in solitude and how being alone can become a source of strength, peace, and empowerment. The first step in embracing the freedom of being alone is shifting your mindset. Society often equates solitude with loneliness, but this assumption can limit the true potential of being alone. Being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely or isolated. It can be an opportunity to embrace self-sufficiency, develop a deeper connection with yourself, and explore life on your own terms. By changing your perspective and viewing solitude as a gift rather than a curse, you open yourself up to new possibilities and experiences. One of the greatest freedoms of being alone is the ability to be yourself without the influence of others. In the company of others, it's easy to conform to societal expectations or shape your behavior to fit in. However, when you are alone, you have the opportunity to shed these external pressures and reconnect with your authentic self. You are free to explore your true desires, values, and aspirations without fear of judgment or approval. Solitude provides the space for self-expression and self-discovery, allowing you to be unapologetically yourself. Being alone also gives you the freedom to prioritize your own needs and desires. In social situations or relationships, there are often compromises and considerations for the needs of others. When you are alone, you can focus entirely on what makes you happy, fulfilled, and at peace. You are free to engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's pursuing a hobby, traveling, or simply relaxing without the expectations of others. This ability to put yourself first is a powerful form of self-care and contributes to your overall well-being. Another significant benefit of being alone is the opportunity to cultivate deep inner peace. In solitude, you can disconnect from the noise and distractions of the world, allowing your mind to settle and find stillness. This peaceful state creates the space for reflection, contemplation, and mindfulness. By being alone, you can tune into your thoughts and emotions without external interference, which enables you to process them with clarity and understanding. Inner peace, cultivated through solitude, becomes a source of strength that helps you maintain balance and resilience in all areas of life. Solitude also gives you the freedom to make decisions based on your own preferences and values. When you are alone, you are not influenced by the opinions, desires, or judgments of others. This freedom allows you to make choices that align with your true self, whether it's in your personal life, career, or relationships. You can take risks, explore new opportunities, and create a life that is authentic to your vision, free from the expectations of others. This autonomy in decision-making fosters a sense of empowerment and control over your own life. Being alone offers the chance to reconnect with your passions and interests. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to lose touch with the things that truly excite you. When you are alone, you have the time and space to revisit old hobbies, try new activities, and dive into the things that bring you joy. This freedom to explore your interests without distractions allows you to deepen your knowledge, skills, and creativity, leading to personal growth and fulfillment. Another form of freedom found in solitude is the ability to detach from toxic relationships or situations. When you spend time alone, you can assess the relationships in your life and evaluate whether they contribute to your happiness or well-being. Solitude gives you the opportunity to distance yourself from toxic influences and make decisions that prioritize your mental and emotional health. By choosing to embrace being alone, you free yourself from the negativity or manipulation that may have been holding you back, and you create the space to cultivate healthier, more supportive connections. Being alone also helps you develop emotional resilience. Solitude teaches you how to process your emotions independently, rather than relying on others for comfort or validation. When you are alone, you learn to sit with your feelings, confront your fears, and work through challenges on your own. This builds emotional strength and teaches you how to manage difficult emotions without feeling overwhelmed. By facing your emotions head-on in solitude, you become more resilient in the face of adversity, able to handle life's ups and downs with greater ease. The freedom of being alone also allows you to cultivate a greater sense of independence. When you spend time alone, you become more self-sufficient, relying on your own abilities to solve problems, make decisions, and care for yourself. This independence fosters a sense of confidence and self-reliance as you realize that you are capable of navigating life on your own. The more you practice independence through solitude, the more empowered you become to take on challenges and live life according to your own terms. Solitude encourages self-reflection, a powerful tool for personal growth. When you are alone, you have the opportunity to reflect on your life, your actions, and your goals. This introspection allows you to assess your progress, learn from your experiences, and make adjustments as needed. By engaging in self-reflection, you develop a deeper understanding of who you are, what you want, and how you can continue to grow and evolve. This ongoing process of reflection in solitude helps you stay grounded and aligned with your true self. Another benefit of being alone is the ability to recharge and rejuvenate. Constant social interaction and external demands can drain your energy, leaving you feeling exhausted or overwhelmed. When you are alone, you have the freedom to rest, recover, and restore your energy. Whether through sleep, meditation, exercise, or simply spending time in nature, solitude allows you to replenish your physical and emotional reserves, ensuring that you are ready to engage with the world when you choose to. The freedom of being alone also helps you develop a stronger sense of identity. In the company of others, it's easy to lose sight of your own identity and adopt the beliefs, values, and goals of those around you. When you spend time alone, you have the chance to reconnect with your true self and rediscover what is important to you. You can explore your beliefs, passions, and desires without the influence of others, allowing you to strengthen your sense of identity and live authentically. Solitude provides the opportunity for deep healing. Often we suppress painful emotions or unresolved issues in our daily lives, pushing them aside to focus on other people or responsibilities. Being alone gives you the space to process these emotions and confront the pain that may have been buried. Through introspection and self-care, solitude facilitates healing, allowing you to release emotional wounds and move forward with greater clarity and peace. Being alone offers the freedom to simplify your life. In a world that often values busyness and constant activity, solitude gives you the opportunity to slow down and focus on what truly matters. You can let go of distractions, declutter your space, and prioritize the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. This simplification process creates mental and emotional clarity, allowing you to live more intentionally and with greater purpose. The freedom of being alone also allows you to cultivate gratitude. When you are alone, you can reflect on the blessings in your life, appreciating the beauty and peace that solitude offers. This practice of gratitude deepens your sense of contentment and helps you focus on the positive aspects of your life. Through solitude, you learn to find joy in the small, everyday moments, enhancing your overall sense of well-being. Another form of freedom found in being alone is the ability to grow without comparison. In social situations, it's easy to compare yourself to others, measuring your success, appearance, or achievements against theirs. However, when you are alone, you free yourself from these comparisons and focus solely on your own growth and journey. This lack of external comparison allows you to cultivate a more authentic sense of self-worth, grounded in your own achievements and progress. Being alone teaches you to embrace the present moment. Without the distractions of other people or external demands, you can immerse yourself fully in the here and now. This presence creates a deeper sense of fulfillment as you learn to appreciate the simplicity and beauty of each moment. Solitude encourages mindfulness, helping you connect more deeply with your thoughts, feelings, and the world around you. In conclusion, the freedom of being alone is a powerful and transformative experience. It provides the opportunity for self-discovery, self-expression, and emotional growth. Through solitude, you can develop greater independence, inner peace, and resilience, creating a life that is authentic and fulfilling. The freedom of being alone is not about isolation or loneliness, but about embracing the opportunity to connect with your true self and live life on your own terms. Chapter 14. Mastering Your Own Company. Mastering your own company is a journey of self-discovery, self-reliance, and personal growth. In a world where relationships and social connections are often prioritized, learning to be at ease with yourself and truly enjoy your own presence can be one of the most empowering experiences. It's about cultivating inner peace, developing emotional strength, and finding fulfillment in solitude. This chapter explores the power of mastering your own company, how to embrace and enjoy being alone, and the growth that comes from fully engaging with yourself. The first step in mastering your own company is to change your mindset about solitude. Many people fear being alone because they associate it with loneliness or lack of fulfillment. However, solitude is not something to be avoided. It is a space for reflection, creativity, and personal growth. When you master your own company, you see being alone as an opportunity to connect with yourself, listen to your thoughts, and explore your desires. Shifting your perspective from fear to appreciation transforms how you experience solitude. Being comfortable with your own company requires emotional maturity. It's about understanding that you don't need constant external validation or the presence of others to feel whole. This emotional independence is liberating because it allows you to pursue your passions and make decisions that align with your true self, not based on what others expect from you. When you are emotionally self-sufficient, you don't rely on others to fill emotional gaps or define your worth. Self-reflection is key to mastering your own company. Solitude provides a safe space to reflect on your life, your goals, and your personal growth. Through reflection, you gain clarity on your values, desires, and challenges. It helps you recognize patterns in your behavior, identify areas for improvement, and set intentional goals. Self-reflection fosters self-awareness, which is the foundation of mastering your company. It allows you to better understand who you are and what you need to thrive, without the distraction of outside influences. Another important aspect of mastering your own company is developing emotional resilience. Life presents challenges that can often feel overwhelming, especially when you're alone. However, being able to handle these challenges independently strengthens your emotional resilience. Solitude provides the opportunity to face difficult emotions, confront fears, and deal with uncertainty without relying on others to help you navigate these feelings. The more you practice being emotionally self-sufficient, the stronger you become in handling whatever life throws your way. A crucial component of mastering your own company is learning to embrace your thoughts and feelings. It's easy to get distracted or numb out when alone, avoiding uncomfortable thoughts or emotions. But true mastery comes when you are able to sit with your feelings and engage with your inner world without fear or judgment. Embrace your thoughts, whether they are positive or negative, and give them the space to be processed. This practice allows you to fully experience your emotions, learn from them, and use them as tools for personal growth. The ability to enjoy your own company also means finding contentment in simplicity. When you are alone, there is no need for constant entertainment or social interaction to fill the time. You can learn to enjoy the simple pleasures of life, reading a book, walking in nature, meditating, or simply being still. Embracing simplicity allows you to appreciate the present moment and fosters a deep sense of fulfillment without the need for external stimulation. This contentment with simplicity is one of the hallmarks of mastering your own company. Mastering your own company also requires cultivating a sense of purpose. When you are alone, it's easy to feel directionless or disconnected, but having a sense of purpose gives your life meaning and motivation. Purpose can come from many sources, whether it's pursuing a passion, helping others, or focusing on personal growth. When you live with purpose, you don't feel the need for constant social interaction because you are deeply engaged with your own life and your own goals. Purpose provides the energy and direction to navigate solitude with intention. Another key element of mastering your own company is developing self-compassion. Being kind to yourself when you are alone is essential for mental and emotional well-being. Often people are harsher on themselves during periods of solitude, experiencing self-criticism or loneliness, but self-compassion helps you approach your feelings with understanding and kindness. When you make mistakes or face difficult emotions, practice treating yourself with the same love and care that you would offer to a close friend. This self-compassion fosters a healthier relationship with yourself and strengthens your ability to thrive alone. Building a strong sense of identity is another important aspect of mastering your own company. When you are constantly surrounded by others, it can be easy to lose sight of who you truly are. Solitude provides the opportunity to reconnect with your values, passions, and beliefs. When you learn to embrace your authentic self, you are no longer swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. Mastering your company means becoming grounded in your own identity, knowing who you are and what you stand for. Time spent alone also encourages creativity. Without external distractions, your mind has the space to wander, explore, and create. Whether it's through writing, painting, music, or problem-solving, solitude can spark creativity and new ideas. When you are alone, you can experiment freely, express your thoughts without judgment, and develop your creative talents. Mastering your own company nurtures your creative spirit, allowing you to discover new interests, hobbies, and passions that might have been overshadowed by the demands of others. Solitude also provides a powerful opportunity for self-care. Being alone gives you the time and space to nurture your body, mind, and soul. Whether it's engaging in physical activities, practicing meditation, or simply relaxing, solitude allows you to prioritize your well-being without the distraction of others' needs. Self-care is an essential part of mastering your own company, as it ensures that you are taking care of yourself and replenishing your energy. When you feel good physically and mentally, you are better able to handle challenges and thrive in solitude. Mastering your own company involves learning to enjoy your own thoughts and ideas. Often, when people are alone, they are bombarded with doubts or negative thoughts. However, solitude provides an opportunity to reshape these thoughts, reframe your self-talk, and learn to embrace your own ideas. When you are comfortable with your thoughts, you can begin to see them as powerful tools for self-improvement and growth. Embrace your thoughts, ideas, and inner dialogue as part of the process of becoming your best self. Another important aspect of mastering your own company is setting meaningful goals for yourself. Solitude allows you to focus entirely on your own aspirations without the distractions of others. When you are alone, you have the space to reflect on what you truly want to achieve in life. Whether these goals are related to personal growth, career development, or creative endeavors, having clear objectives helps you stay motivated and on track. These goals become a guide, helping you navigate your journey with intention and purpose. Self-sufficiency is key to mastering your own company. Being able to meet your own needs without relying on others for validation or support is an essential aspect of emotional strength. When you are self-sufficient, you don't depend on others to define your worth or happiness. You find fulfillment within yourself, which allows you to live authentically and with confidence. This independence enables you to embrace solitude, as you no longer feel the need to fill the space with external distractions or validation. Mastering your own company also encourages mindfulness. When you are alone, you can be fully present with yourself, experiencing each moment with awareness and appreciation. Mindfulness helps you engage with the world around you from a place of calm and focus, rather than reacting impulsively to external stimuli. By practicing mindfulness in solitude, you cultivate a deep sense of awareness that strengthens your connection to yourself and enhances your ability to handle life's challenges with equanimity. As you learn to master your own company, you also become more resilient. Solitude provides the opportunity to face difficulties on your own, allowing you to develop problem-solving skills and emotional endurance. By facing adversity in solitude, you become better equipped to handle future challenges, as you have learned to rely on your own strength and resourcefulness. The more you practice mastering your company, the more resilient and adaptable you become, ready to navigate whatever life brings with confidence. Ultimately, mastering your own company is about self-empowerment. It is the ability to navigate life independently, relying on your own strengths, insights, and resilience to thrive. When you master your own company, you are no longer dependent on external validation or the presence of others to feel complete. You create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and true to your authentic self, grounded in your own sense of purpose and direction. In conclusion, mastering your own company is a profound and transformative journey. It involves embracing solitude, cultivating self-reliance, and developing emotional strength. When you learn to be at peace with yourself and enjoy your own presence, you unlock a deeper sense of fulfillment, creativity, and resilience. Mastering your own company empowers you to live authentically, embrace your unique qualities, and navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. It is a path to self-discovery, growth, and ultimate freedom. Chapter 15. From Isolation to Empowerment. Isolation is often perceived as a negative state, one associated with loneliness, disconnection, and stagnation. However, when approached with the right mindset, isolation can transform into a powerful tool for personal growth, self-reflection, and empowerment. It is in moments of solitude that many people experience their greatest transformations. In this chapter, we explore the journey from isolation to empowerment, understanding how time alone can lead to self-discovery, resilience, and the unlocking of inner potential. The first step in moving from isolation to empowerment is shifting your perspective on being alone. In a world that emphasizes constant social interaction, it's easy to view isolation as something to be avoided. But Solitude, when embraced, can offer an opportunity to connect with your inner self. Rather than seeing isolation as a period of being disconnected from the world, consider it a chance to reconnect with yourself on a deeper level. This perspective shift allows you to recognize the potential for growth, learning, and personal empowerment that isolation can provide. The key to empowerment through isolation is self-awareness. Time spent alone allows you to examine your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without the influence of others. This deep self-awareness is crucial for personal growth because it enables you to identify areas of strength and areas that need improvement. When you can honestly assess yourself without external distractions or judgments, you begin to understand your true desires, goals, and values, setting the foundation for a more purposeful and empowered life. Isolation also provides an opportunity for self-reflection, which is essential for personal development. In the quiet of solitude, you can reflect on past experiences, learn from your mistakes, and gain clarity about the direction you want your life to take. Self-reflection allows you to evaluate the choices you've made and how they have shaped your current reality. By learning from your experiences, you gain the wisdom and insights necessary to make better decisions and create a more empowered future. Another aspect of empowerment that comes from isolation is the development of emotional resilience. When you are isolated, you learn to cope with your emotions independently without relying on others to support or validate you. This emotional independence strengthens your ability to handle stress, disappointment, and adversity. Through isolation, you build emotional resilience by learning how to sit with your feelings, process them, and move forward without being overwhelmed by them. Isolation also offers the opportunity to foster self-compassion. In the midst of being alone, many people confront feelings of guilt, shame, or regret. These emotions can easily undermine your self-worth if you allow them to. However, by practicing self-compassion, you learn to treat yourself with kindness and understanding, even during difficult times. Self-compassion allows you to embrace your imperfections, forgive yourself for past mistakes, and create a space for healing and growth. This shift in mindset is empowering, as it fosters a more positive and nurturing relationship with yourself. The process of moving from isolation to empowerment also involves cultivating a sense of purpose. When you are isolated, it's easy to feel lost or disconnected from your goals. However, this time alone offers an opportunity to reflect on what truly matters to you. By identifying your passions, values, and long-term goals, you can develop a sense of purpose that guides you through life. This purpose provides the motivation and direction needed to overcome obstacles and empowers you to live a life that is aligned with your true desires. In isolation, you also have the space to nurture your creativity. Without the distractions of social obligations or the opinions of others, your mind has the freedom to explore new ideas and innovations. Whether through writing, art, music, or problem-solving, solitude fosters creativity by allowing you to dive deep into your imagination. By embracing your creative side during periods of isolation, you unlock new possibilities for self-expression and personal fulfillment, which can be incredibly empowering. Empowerment through isolation also comes from developing independence. When you are alone, you become less reliant on others for emotional support, validation, or guidance. This independence enables you to make decisions based on your own desires and values, rather than being influenced by external expectations. The ability to trust your own judgment and navigate life on your own terms strengthens your self-confidence and fosters a sense of empowerment, knowing that you have the ability to shape your life according to your vision. Building a strong sense of identity is another essential part of moving from isolation to empowerment. Isolation provides the space to reconnect with your authentic self, free from the influence of others. When you are alone, you can assess your true beliefs, values and desires without external pressure. This clarity about who you are allows you to live more authentically, making choices that are true to yourself rather than conforming to the expectations or desires of others. A strong sense of identity is empowering because it gives you the confidence to pursue your goals with conviction and purpose. Another empowering aspect of isolation is the ability to focus on personal growth. In solitude, you have the time and space to work on yourself, whether it's learning new skills, developing new habits, or improving your mental and physical health. Isolation provides an opportunity to invest in your personal development without the distractions or pressures of social interaction. By using your time alone to focus on growth, you build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself, capable of facing life's challenges with confidence. The process of moving from isolation to empowerment also involves embracing the stillness. In today's fast-paced world, constant stimulation and activity can create a sense of restlessness. However, isolation offers the chance to embrace the stillness and experience peace. By learning to be comfortable with silence and quiet moments, you create space for reflection, mindfulness, and inner peace. This stillness allows you to recharge, center yourself, and gain a sense of calm that enhances your ability to handle challenges with clarity and composure. Isolation can also help you discover your true passions and desires. Without the influence of others, you are free to explore what truly excites and motivates you. This time alone provides the opportunity to try new activities, revisit old hobbies, and experiment with different paths. By embracing this freedom, you gain clarity about what you want to pursue in life and develop a deeper understanding of your true calling. This self-discovery is empowering as it allows you to align your life with your passions and create a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Resilience is another benefit of moving from isolation to empowerment. When you spend time alone, you face your fears, doubts, and uncertainties head-on. You learn to navigate life's challenges without relying on others to support you, which builds emotional strength and resilience. The ability to endure and grow through solitude prepares you for future challenges as you become more capable of handling adversity with grace and confidence. Resilience is a key component of empowerment, as it allows you to stay grounded and strong in the face of life's obstacles. Through isolation, you also gain the freedom to simplify your life. Social interactions, obligations, and external pressures often lead to overwhelm and stress. Solitude offers the opportunity to strip away the distractions and focus on what truly matters. By simplifying your life, you reduce unnecessary clutter, both physical and emotional, and create space for clarity and peace. This simplification process helps you prioritize your values, reduce stress, and live more intentionally, which leads to greater empowerment. Isolation encourages a deeper connection with nature. When you are alone, you often feel more attuned to the natural world around you. Nature has a calming and grounding effect that fosters a sense of connection and peace. Spending time in nature, whether it's walking in the woods, sitting by the ocean, or hiking in the mountains, helps you recharge and reconnect with the present moment. This connection to nature provides a sense of empowerment, as it reminds you of the beauty and simplicity of life. Another empowering aspect of isolation is the ability to build self-discipline. Solitude requires a level of self-discipline, as you must motivate yourself to make the most of your time alone. Whether it's sticking to a routine, working on a project, or focusing on personal growth, isolation provides the space to practice discipline without the distractions of others. This self-discipline strengthens your willpower and determination, making you more capable of achieving your goals and living with purpose. Finally, moving from isolation to empowerment involves embracing your own company. In solitude, you learn to enjoy your own presence, finding peace and fulfillment without relying on others for validation or entertainment. This self-contentment allows you to experience life more fully, as you no longer feel the need to seek external approval or seek constant interaction. Mastering the art of being alone empowers you to live life on your own terms, with confidence and self-assurance. In conclusion, the journey from isolation to empowerment is one of personal growth, self-discovery, and inner strength. Isolation, when embraced with the right mindset, can provide the space needed to reflect, grow, and reconnect with your true self. Through self-awareness, resilience, creativity, and emotional independence, you build the inner resources necessary to navigate life's challenges with confidence and clarity. Moving from isolation to empowerment allows you to reclaim your power, live authentically, and create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. You've learned that true security doesn't come from the presence of others, but from within yourself. By embracing solitude, mastering your emotions, and becoming independent, you unlock a strength that cannot be shaken. Remember, the power to create a fulfilling life is in your hands. Keep walking the path of self-reliance, and let solitude become your greatest source of freedom. The journey to inner peace and lasting security continues. Your future is now in your control.